have a walk-in closet in here.
Oh, we poor, bro.
The only thing I don't like about phone. Okay guys, I'm going to show you the nightmare of pantry that I have at the moment. With the holidays and everything, I just have not had time to organize it. So I just kept saying I will organize it after the holidays are over. So yeah, I was just kind of throwing things in there. But Gideon likes to take things out of my pantry all the time. And this is the time that I asked him to actually take things out because everything needs to come out. And of course, he didn't want to do it when I asked him to do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I 100% recommend taking absolutely everything out of your pantry. I feel like it helps you. You can see exactly how much crap you have because a lot of times you take everything out and you realize like how the heck did I have all this in here? And on top of that, you want to throw away anything that is expired or you want to take everything out of the pantry that does not belong in the pantry. So I realized that the bigger my pantry is, the more I pack it with things that really don't need to be in there. So I am trying to get better at that, at just not putting things in there when I can't find a place for them. So that's all I'm going to do right now. I'm literally just going to take everything out because the shelves do get pretty dirty with like spices, oils, things like that. So once you take everything out, you're able to really wipe everything down to make sure that, they're not dirty. So once everything is clear, as you guys can see, it just looks so much better. I feel like you realize how much space you actually have. So I am gonna go wipe down with the Clorox wipes. I think they're the best ones to use, to be honest. I really like them. I'm not spraying anything onto the walls. So I just wipe everything down and then I go ahead and vacuum after just because you don't wanna vacuum before and then throw crumbs or anything that you're wiping down from the shelves. And then I did want to go ahead and mop as well because there was some things that were like sticky on the floor. Not a lot, but it was like some stains of like, I don't even know what it was, to be honest. So once everything is clear, we can move on to organize and refill our bins or, like I said, throw anything away that is expired. So this is the point where you look at everything and you realize, what am I doing? Why did I decide to do this? But you just have to trust the process. Like I said, you see everything laid out and you realize you don't need a lot of that stuff, or you can start throwing boxes away, things like that. Once you start refilling your bins, you realize that you can throw a lot of stuff away. So I do start by kind of putting all like the bottles together, sauces together, bins together so that I can easily refill them and I can easily see where I want to put my liquids, how many liquids I have, things like that. But what I do like to do also before I refill my bins is just wipe them down because they do get sticky a lot of times when I'm cooking and doing and touching like my oils and stuff. I go back in there and I grab bins to like, when I'm cooking and they do get a little bit greasy. But once everything is wiped down, I am going to go ahead and refill everything. This is also a very helpful way to see what it is that you're running out of. When you can see it in the container, you can see how low your supply is. You can make sure that you don't miss on buying things that you actually need. So here, like there's a lot of bins that are empty and there's a lot that after I refilled them, they were still kind of empty. So that way, when I'm making my grocery list, I can see what I'm low on without having to open bags and things like that, if that makes sense. So that is all I'm going to do here. These containers are all the OXO containers, and I did get them at Costco when they were on sale. So I would highly recommend checking Costco here and there to see if you see them on sale. I think they're like the best deal, to be honest, and I do want more. I just have to check that when they're on sale because I don't want to buy them if they're not. This little basket that I have, I've been using it to store cookies. The reason why I get so many cookies is because I do bake, and these are mostly go for my desserts. So they're not really for us personally, they're for whenever I make cakes and things like that. So, for example, these Biscoff cookies, I do sometimes crush them to make like cheesecakes. So that I don't leave them unwrapped, I just label a Ziploc bag and then I put the cookies in there so they're not like, I don't have all these random packages. And that's all I keep that for. And then I am gonna fill my container with my sodas and I'm gonna put this in the fridge to start, clearing out some of that. These little gold baskets I actually got at Dollar Tree and I really like them. They look really pretty. Um, and that's what I use to organize like my snacks and like for example this, the strawberry slices and chocolates. This is really all for my baking as well. But I might just get containers for those actually. And then I decided to put these chocolates in here and didn't realize that that was a dumb idea because the holes are pretty big and the chocolates fit through. So I crossed the two of them so that they wouldn't come out. But yeah, once I refilled everything, threw everything away that I need to throw in the trash, I start organizing my bins in the pantry. And I do take my time with this because I like them facing at an angle. I like the angle to be whenever I open the door that I can see the labels and everything that way. It just makes it look prettier for me. I don't know, it's just a visual I've always had in my head, and that's how I like to keep it. So this does take me a long time because a lot of times I start organizing and I don't like how it looks, or I want to keep like the pastas together, the rice together, the baking supplies together. So I do play around with it a lot. And even though I've had these for a long time, I still sometimes feel like I need to change them or things like that. So it does take me a while, just rearranging. So take your time whenever you do this, just to really make sure that you're happy with the way that it looks. If you're happy with the way that it looks, it's easy to keep up with it. But yeah, for us, I've liked the feel of walking in and it looking like a little store. It's easy to grab, you know where everything is at, and the containers are stackable, so which I really really like because it gives me more space as well. Right now, we haven't really gone to the grocery store. I think it's about that time where we're gonna go, so that's why it seems like after I threw a bunch of boxes away that we have a lot of room, and that's what I like. So I'm gonna check if there's more containers because I do want to move everything to containers. And if I find some, I'll go ahead and let you guys know and I'll update you on putting everything else in containers and things like that.
How many can I do? How many can I do? How many can How many can I do? How many can I do? All day. That's all we have? Oh, we four, bro. 2 ropes? Or 3?
2, I think. So we do have a little corner where I like to put like the bottles of wine and alcohol that we may have. And I do like to put it on the higher end because I don't want Gideon to grab them and like break the bottles since they are like glass. So just, to be safe, I do keep them a little bit higher. But then moving on, I have like lemons and potatoes. I used to have them in this super cute little baskets from Target, but they were kind of like fabric. So if anything went bad, it would seep through to those and then they would get disgusting. And so I figured I'm just going to use the like acrylic ones because that way if anything goes bad, I can just wash it. Nothing is seeping through any kind of fabric. So even though the other ones were cuter, this is just more practical for us to make sure that, nothing gets gross and smells bad basically. So after basically a whole day of doing this, we're finally organized. And as you guys can see, there's so much space after throwing boxes away, after throwing like things that shouldn't be in here, putting them in their place. But I really like how the containers look, how these little gold baskets look. I really always feel like it just looks like there's so much space. And then I go to the grocery store and it's like packed again. So yeah, this is just what it looks. I'm not exactly happy with it. Like I said, I still think I need more containers, but for now, I think it looks really good. It looks, yeah, like if you guys can see, it looks like it's like at an angle. Like I open the door and I have these here. So I'm actually looking for something to put the bottles in, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully this will motivate you to organize your pantry. And I will see you guys on the next one. Hopefully it will be a Valentine's Day decorating video.